I'm Dave. This is the Cyderbaby pod, and tonight I'm speaking to Jane Gould. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. You're looking well.
Why, thank you.
That's all right. You've just released a single.
Yes, Fire in Wonderland.
Yes. Tell me a bit about it.
Okay, it's the first release of my upcoming solo album, which is Forget Me Not featuring Jane Gould. It's a collective of musicians and writers, all brought forth and working on it to make it. Oh, it's been a dream to do, to be honest with you. And Fire in Wonderland was pegged to be the first release, so there you go, we got it.
Excellent. Whose idea was this? All yours?
I've been wanting to do something for a very long time. Good Lord, noisy motorbike outside. For quite some time. So it's just been a case of COVID and one thing and another really didn't help matters. And Steve Price, I knew Steve anyway, but he was like, okay, so you want to do a solo album? And then he put me in touch with Paul, and so that's where AorBlvd came in. Okay.
So I see on the piece of paper you gave me earlier, there's quite a few collaborations there. So tell me who you've got on the album.
Okay, so Neil Fraser, Fred, everyone calls him Fred. I think I'm the only human being that calls him Neil Fraser. Okay. I've worked with him in a previous band. He's an absolute dream of a bloke. So we did a song together. I tend to do the lyrics and melody, and he does the music. We've got a Michael Palace song, a Soren and a Philip Lindstrand. Excuse the pronunciations if they're wrong. Those two have done 3 of the songs, absolutely superb. Got a Nigel Bailey one and a Steve Newman one, and a couple of other ones in there. So, and my friend Justin Lana, we did Forget Me Not together. I love that song, so really proud of that one.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I've been playing it on the radio and I do quite like it. So it's certainly got that 80s vibe to it, 80s power metal vibe. So was that the aim of the actual album when you were writing?
Ages. I think it's during lockdown. Me and Justin were writing together. So I did a song on one of his albums, 2 songs on his album actually. And I said, just give us something to work on. And he just sent that one through. And then if someone sends me something through and I can write, it's like boom, straight away. There's a connection. I can do it. A lot of the other songs there's some really chilled out ones, mellow ones. So it's like a collective, but I wanted it to be an album where I could really sing on.
Yeah. Well, I certainly got that listening to it earlier.
So they were quite cleverly chosen with the 3 of us, Steve, Paul and myself. Steve Newman as well. He was a dream to work with, I have to say. His production ideas, it was worth its weight in gold working with him.
Brilliant. I mean, I don't know where to start really. Darkness into Dawn, probably the second track. Yeah. It's probably my favourite, closely followed by Dangerous as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, tell me about those 2 tracks. Because they're quite upbeat and quite in your face.
Just heard them and I love them. It's a case of being sent through something and hearing it and then immediately knowing what you want to do with it. Yeah. And you just get a vibe about it, like this is the one. And the 3 sent by the Swedish guys. There's one finish on there. Anyway, the 3 of them, I call them the Holy Trinity. Absolutely superb. So yeah, the songs that just stand out and knock out. So, and the Dangerous, it's just good fun. It's just good fun, good energy. That's the Nigel Bailey one.
That's a Nigel Bailey one. Okay. So stepping back a little bit, what is your history musically? I mean, I saw you perform with Iconic Eye years ago in Norway when you opened.
In Norway. Really? You were there?
Yeah, I was there in front row. It was literally. I was there at the front row. It's literally 4 years ago, near enough to the day. I could say.
It was. We were about to go on this tour bus from hell. I will show you the photos. You wouldn't believe it. But yeah, it was. Oh my God! It was one. I was staying awake to make sure we didn't die during the night. Honestly, but no, it was. That was one heck of it. Oh, it's such good fun that was. Really good experience doing those dates. So yeah. How Magnum did it night after night after night after night after night after night, and they were just flawless. It's incredible.
Yeah. So is Iconic Eye where you started, or did you have projects before? Or
okay, so basically, I didn't start doing in life what I wanted till I was about 32.
Right.
Which was, I'm a couple of weeks. I've been 44. So my time scaling, numbers and one thing and another. So within that frame of time, I decided that I'm going to do what I want in life and start doing what I want to do. Before that, it was a collection of stuff that I really didn't want to do, but it gave me good experience. I had a certain type of a voice that fitted in with certain types of things, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. You know, melodic rock's always been, ever since I was a small child, where my heart is. So it's a case of, right, how do I get into this? How do I, at the time, God, when I was 32, I think I was just beginning to learn how to use the internet properly, which sounds ridiculous. So it's like, how do I get photographs? How do I apply for bands? So the first one was with a band called AorBlvd. Right. Needless to say, they were younger than me, but it got me writing, and I got on very, very well with a bass player, and I just wrote with him, and I loved it, gained experience there, and then it's time to leave. So I don't have time. I kind of felt, it sounds awful, but it's like, for me, it's like, because I've got, you know, I'm a mother. I was doing it on my own for Faye, but I didn't have time to waste. So it's a case of, right, I need to progress. I need to learn more. I need to find more people to work with. So then it was on to a prog band, which was, oh my Lord, Prog Octopus, the name. But they were 3 incredible musicians. I mean, they were musically so tight, it was insane. Yeah. So it was a case of, I used to play drums, I used to play flute, piano, but my brain doesn't hold on to certain things. So there's musicality there, but whereas they're like with playing in this time signature, for me, it was all done by ear. So it's a case of just writing this insane vocal melody to fit in with what they did. And we did Transcendence Part 1, 2, and 3, which was like an EP, which I'm still to this day massively proud of. But it's hard to do, but it was really, really good. I think I did about 2 gigs with them, and then it folded. Yeah. Then I was looking out for something that I really wanted to do. So I was scrolling. There's got to be, because I didn't feel at the time that I had the pull to actually set my own band up. I needed to get to something that already had a base. Yeah. So I kind of came there, and I just emailed them. I said, well, hey, I know you say you're looking for a male, but would you, I'm obviously female. This is what my voice sounds like, and yeah, so I got the part with a lineup that is long gone.
Yeah. So, I mean, you left Iconic a couple of years ago now, I suppose.
Just over 2 years ago. Yeah, that's when I officially left. Yeah.
Right. So this new project, what you've got now, is sort of like the baby spawn from that departure, shall we say? So
it certainly is. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself going now? I'm assuming there's going to be a glimmer of hope of gigs in the future, near future.
I really hope so. I do hope so. That would be an absolute dream. And at that case, it would be, in that sense, it would be a case of putting musicians together, which I don't think would be a problem. So yeah, so it's just a case of getting the CD out there, seeing what people think. Yeah, I'm just so happy. For me, it's the happiest and the best thing I've ever done. It's kind of like free reign to really express myself. I work with Steve Newman as well. I learned so much off him. He's been doing it for quite some time. He's very well respected. So to get the chance to actually listen and learn from someone like that, because I try to learn whatever I do, even the horrible situations, I try and take away something from it and learn and move forward to improve, so yeah, really happy. And all the people I work with, each and every one of them has been a godsend. Honestly, I can't tell you how happy the whole thing from start to finish has been a joy. So, which is a first for me. So
excellent. So if you're going to pick 2 tracks off of this album, say to define you and your voice and where you want to be, which 2 tracks would you pick?
That is quite a sneaky question, sir. Yes. Right, let's have a think. Writing wise, for me, it's probably Forget Me Not. Because that's written all about kind of like a dream. So it sounds stupid, but I wake up screaming quite a lot, like terrors. So my husband said to me one day, why the heck don't you just write a song about what you dream? I thought, well, I'm not going to do a horror song. So I want to do a different kind of song. So that came from that. So I'm really proud of that one, the lyrics, and I just love the energy of it.
Yeah.
And probably for both of us as well.
Okay.
Because that one is such a powerful song. You know, the two Steves wrote that, and along with myself, and it's got such sensitivity to it, and you can put so much emotion into it vocally. It's power and emotion.
Yeah.
Straight at you. So I adore that one. I just hope to get to do that one live. It will be immense.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. So when is the album planned for release?
15th of April today, but in a month's time.
Right.
So yeah,
okay.
AorBlvd.
Where can you pre-order? Or is it pre-order? Is it CD? Is it going to be streamed?
We will have information on the pre-ordering very, very soon.
Right.
So it's imminent that I'll be able to give that kind of information forwards. AorBlvd, and I dare say if people contact me, which they will do, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fingers crossed that. Well, the single itself. I mean, I'm getting quite good positive feedback from who I speak to about the single. So I can't see that it's a kind of sound that's been, I wouldn't say almost forgotten, but brushed past, and it's been nice to be reminded of what that particular sound is like now. And you've brought it bang up to date as well, which is always a good thing.
That was the idea, to make it contemporary, but in a, you know, I'm not a kid, let's be honest. So in a kind of like mature kind of way.
Yeah.
So it's got a good feel about it, you know. That's the kind of stuff that I listened to when I was a kid growing up in the 80s. But to bring it.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I was growing up in the 80s, but a little bit older. I was probably listening more to Whitesnake and Def Leppard at the time. Those are the kind of cassettes I was putting in the car as I was driving around. So yeah.
Oh God, when I was a little kid, it was Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
And a bit later New Jersey, and I loved Rat as well. I was a big Rat fan. So, yeah. And then slightly later, it was Mark and Marcy Free for me, and Danny Vaughan. Heard Danny Vaughan at Rockwell's in the club when I was about 15 or 16. I was like, what is this? This is the music that I've been waiting to hear. So that's when I first did that.
Excellent. So going forward, we've got an album out on the 15th of April, hopefully gigging, and maybe a second album soon-ish.
I really hope so. I do hope so, yeah. We'll have to see how this one goes, but I've got all my good intentions towards it. So we just gonna have to see how it lands with people. But there's so many people I want to work with, want to write with. You know, I've found some incredible people.
Do you want to name drop some now, just so they get the message?
Yeah, you've got obviously Neil Fraser, Fred. What do people call? He's always been called Fred, but Neil Fraser anyway. Philip Lindstrand, you know, Soren Kronqvist. I can't pronounce your name, Soren. Please don't kill me. Michael Palace is on there as well. You've got Nigel Bailey, Steve Newman, and Justin Lana. So they are, you know, the key people that I've worked with on this one. So, and I've met quite a few other people through it as well, by proxy. You know, got Stephen Chesney, playing guitar on it. And Dave Bartlett, he's with Newman, so he's been working on it as well, and the drummer from Newman. So yeah, really lucky. It was all good.
You recorded it fairly locally to you, didn't you?
No, this is where it's good. Oh my lord. So we had lockdown. Okay, I've got a 17-year-old daughter and two stepchildren, 18 and 16, and a dog that's mental. I'm surprised she's not burst through the door, and a husband. Okay, so I went all the way to Gatwick, and I stopped in a Premier Inn by myself. and I had 2 sets of recordings, sort of like consecutive weeks, and it was heaven. So I just went to Gatwick, near Gatwick, sorry, and recorded at ChromeDome Studios. You know, so it was from Midlands to there. It was just brilliant on every level.
The actual relief of peace and quiet on your face, just as you said that, was.
It was heaven. It sounds awful, but it just been so full on. Been working as well through the pandemic, so it's like, oh God, it honestly sounds awful. But It's really nice. So, you know, I've got stuff at home, but I'm not good at recording. So I really needed to be with somebody else, and I wanted to be able to bounce off somebody else's ideas directly. So and that's what happened.
Go on. Did that discipline then pay off, do you think? Did having that outside producer?
100%. In all honesty, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. For me, I prefer to be with somebody, to be able to make eye contact, to pick up on their vibe and energy, you know, and this is what needs to be done. Hey, try this, you know, you throw different things in immediately. And for me, I'm kind of like really old school like that. That's where I really love doing things, not just being on my own and pressing buttons badly.
Yeah, there's been a big trend because of lockdown for people to home record. I mean, we've got some massive songs and tracks coming out and albums that have come out of it, which are good. Some not so, which you think, like you're alluding to, is maybe if they've been pushed or given that little bit of extra direction from an outside source.
What it comes down to, if I'm being honest, is I am a complete potato when it comes to technology. So for me, there's some people that will thrive by being on their own. They don't like being in a studio. They're very much like the safety of their own cocoon where they can work. For me, because number one, I'm very bad at it, but number two, I need that interaction. That's where it is with me. I need to, you know, really, really enjoy that side of things. But some people are the polar opposite. They love being on their own and working to their own pace, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I think we'll leave it there. I do really rate the album. I listened to it quickly earlier today. I've only had a couple of hours to listen to it, and yeah, I think you're going to do well. I think you've done a marvelous job. So best of luck when the album comes out.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll sell loads, and I wish you well. Thank you very much.
Nice talking to you.